So let's talk about the 2000s, the 2010s, 2010s. We go back 2010, 2011, 2012. Music was popping, bro. Like, I swear, bro, Drake, look, maybe, hey, it's Drake, but you gotta admit, Drake during that time was really popping off. You were hearing Justin Bieber, all over the place. Justin Bieber, One Direction. I remember, bro, it was just like everybody wanted to listen to, like, Justin Bieber. I never used to like Justin Bieber, bro. I remember I was like, ugh, Justin Bieber, sister, take Justin Bieber off. I don't like Justin Bieber. But anyways, let's talk about what I did back in the 2011s or 2012, because maybe you weren't born during 2005, 2004, so you don't know how it feels like to be you know my age. Let me yap for a little bit. People born in the 2000s are unks now, which is just kind of sad, to be honest. I remember, bro, when I was like in first grade, but I remembered it like I was always getting into trouble all the time. Like, literally every single day there was like a new case of me like hitting a kid, or just making like a really big mess in the classroom, me just playing around. You remember that kids, that one book called David or whatever, David Don't Do It, or whatever that book was called back in elementary. I was basically that kid, but in real life. I used to be so annoying to every kid. Like, bro, if kids are annoying to you, bro, just imagine I was that one kid that was just times two annoying, bro. Like, I was just double the annoying, bro. Like, I swear, that's probably one of the reasons why my brothers and sisters just couldn't handle me during that time. I remember, like, they were like, yeah, I don't want to hang out with you, little bro. I don't want to hang out with you because you're annoying. And they would lock the door in front of me, and I would just start crying, because I wanted to hang out with my brother and my sister, but they just didn't want to get annoyed by me no more. And the worst part about it was that I remember that my sister was the one person that I would really annoy the most, because she didn't have a lock in her room, and in her door. So I would just go into to her room and just start annoying the heck out of her. Instead of my brother, he had a lock. And I remember so clearly, bro, I would just sit down like next to the door waiting for him to open it. And I would cry because I would just be like, brother, please, like, I'm just trying to hang out with you. Obviously, I don't even remember what I said. I was just basically trying to be with him all the time. I was always like having so much fun, dude. I remember, like, I was always in my own world. And I remember this so vividly, dude. I remember one time I was caught with my DS Lite in first grade, dude. I remember this so vividly. I remember she asked me, oh, why do we have this in here in your backpack? And I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe my mom put it in there by accident or whatever. But little did I know, bro, I was the one that put that thing in there because I wanted to play, on my DS Lite after school. And I got in trouble, and my dad had to come pick me up. And I remember that, dude. I was just like really scared. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, like, the songs that were really vibing back then, like, was like, what's it called, the Turn Down for What, dude. Everybody was singing that back in 2014. Everybody, I mean everybody. And there's like another song called Rude. Like, every kid that grew up during that time could like really relate. Like, hey, all these club songs were kind of like popping off, like a G6, and then I Got a Feeling. Like, everybody knows those songs if you were born in the 2000s, right? There's this one time I went to like a school dance club or whatever. It wasn't even a dance club, it was like a school like after party or whatever. Like, the whole elementary school could go, and like every kid was just dancing, bro. Like, it was crazy. Like, every kid was dancing to like the Turn Down for What, that like every kid, I mean everybody. I'm telling you this right now, this was like peak like 2010s, bro. This is like the early 2010s, by the way. I don't even know why I said I had friends during that time. I really genuinely didn't have any friends. Probably like 2-3 friends, but that was about it. I'm gonna show up a video, probably there's gonna be a couple videos of me just annoying my brother even on his birthday. Like, this is not just me making it up. Like, this is genuinely me annoying my brother, or just me being a really annoying kid, or just me playing on my DS Lite. Because I feel like, dude, I feel like my parents giving me that DS Lite was basically the equivalent of a kid getting an iPad today. It's crazy, dude. I never used to like going to school, bro. I remember it was like, I used to hate going to school, bro. I was basically those type of kids that would say, mom, I'm sick, I don't want to go to school. Sometimes it would work, but sometimes it wouldn't work. And remember, I'm kind of like Hispanic, maybe you guys don't know that. So my mom was like, no, tú vas a ir a la escuela, cabrón, y no sé qué más, levántate. And she would put like cold water in my face, and I'll like start crying. It was so funny, dude. I remember, dude, like, it was just a genuinely fun time. This is like, I know a lot of people are maybe I'm just gonna say that because like I grew up in that era and it makes sense, but like, I'm trying to give you a reason why it was pretty fun. I remember I would go to my friend's house and we would play on his PS4. This was like when the PS4 like brand new, dude. This is like 2013, bro, by the way. Like not like 2018, 2017 PS4. No. This is like the PS4 like was literally brand new basically. And like if you had the PS4, you're basically like a rich kid. I'm sorry. And I remember I was playing on the PS4 with my friend, and like he was playing on we were both playing, you know, Minecraft, Black Ops 2, I think during that time Black Ops 3 wasn't out, so we were playing Black Ops 2. It was genuinely such a fun time, dude, because like I remember we would like connect with each other playing on the DS Lite, and I remember he would get like quote unquote grounded, and he was like, oh bro, I got grounded so I can't play yet. So he tried to find like a sneaky way where you could both play on his PS4 because his mom would take away the controller or whatever, but he already knew where it was at. It was pretty funny. And unfortunately I stopped talking to that kid because I got him in trouble in like 4th grade or 5th grade, and ever since then I never talked to him ever again. I saw him multiple times in high school, but I never saw him again after that. You know, I feel like maybe it wasn't like the best childhood ever, but I had a pretty good childhood. You know, I was a happy kid. I played with my toys, family was there. You know, it was basically everything a kid could really ask for, to be honest. The only thing I didn't want is just, you know, go to school. Like I literally have reports that my dad has saved up, like reports of big chunks of me just saying, oh, I don't want to go to school, I hate school, I hope I get suspended forever, this and that. Like I was basically being seen as like a failure. I was destined to fail, bro, like 100%. I was destined to fail like every class. They were like, nah, this kid's gonna be a failure, bro, he's not gonna do anything. Basically this would be my routine. Maybe everybody's routine is different for the early 2010s, but this was my routine as a kid. So I would wake up in the morning, go to school, right, the normal thing. I would get out like at 3:10 in the afternoon. Dude, I remember, dude, my parents would take so long to pick me up. I mean it, bro. My mom, dude, it was the worst day. Like I remember, dude, if my mom didn't have my games, bro, I was basically gonna cry. Cause if I knew basically if my mom was picking me up, bro, I 100% knew that I was gonna go to her work. It was gonna be such a boring day if I didn't have my games. If I had my games like my DS Lite, my DSi, like my 3DS, I was basically alright, bro. That's all I cared about. But if I didn't have it, bro, oof, I would be so mad. And I remember my mom would like she would actually take it sometimes. And sometimes, the majority of the time she did take it. It was really rare when she never took my black bag. She knew I really loved that black bag. It was like a big cube, like little bag. It wasn't even that big. It was like this big or something like that. I don't remember, dude. And my mom would take it, and I would just be like, nah, there's no way I'm gonna be spending 2 to 5 hours at my mom's work without a DS Lite or a DSi, whatever it was, right? I was just really sad. That was one thing. That's if my mom picked me up. If my dad picked me up, we were obviously going to the house. And when my dad picked me up, like basically I would just get out of school, waiting for my dad. Then my dad would pick me up, we would go home, and then the first thing I remember, like coming straight from school to my house, like I remember, dude, like I would just like take off my backpack immediately, and then I would start playing YouTube on my Wii. Like you might ask, what the heck, on a Wii? But you have to understand that during the time we didn't have cable. Like I couldn't just go. I don't even know where you could see YouTube on the TV, dude. That's a good question. Like a lot of people actually forget you couldn't really see YouTube on the TV back in the day. It wasn't really like a thing. My Wii had YouTube for some strange reason. I would connect my Wii onto, you know, the TV, and I would play YouTube on from there. Yeah, dude, it was such a vibe. Like I also remember, dude, like I would just, the first thing I see, bro, I'd watch Smosh. You know, DanTDM was the one I always watched, bro. DanTDM was like my #1 goal. I watched all of his videos in like 2013. But I think it was mostly 2013 or 2014 where I watched almost every single one of his videos, DanTDM's. That's what I would do. And then after that, like I would just watch YouTube, watch DanTDM, watch other YouTubes at the time, like Super Mario gameplays or whatever, right? And then after that, you know, I think I would just like turn off the Wii, and then I would just start playing with my toys. Or if not, I would start playing on the Wii or play on my DS. That's what I would mostly do. And then just like, you know, I think I was playing baseball during that time. So I would basically, you know, I would watch YouTube for like 2 to 3 hours. And then from there I would go play baseball, and then I'll come back home and then just go to sleep. And it's like a repeating schedule. Or sometimes, dude, like where I didn't go to my house, I did end up going to my mom's work. I would just play, you know, on my 3DS. and then I would just watch YouTube on the phone. I was always watching YouTube as a kid. Like, you know, I know a lot of people are really hating on Gen Alpha because, like, oh yeah, you're watching you're basically watching YouTube every single day, all day. But I can't really say anything because honestly, you know, I can't really say much because, like, I remember during that time, like, I was basically doing the same thing as Gen Alpha kids are doing now, or Gen Beta kids, you know, watching the iPad all day. I was one of them, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just keeping a buck. I shouldn't be making fun of little kids just, like, you know, watching YouTube all day. Oh my gosh, dude. Minecraft, I used to play it so many hours by myself, bro, and with friends. It was just like the one game everybody could play together. That's why I feel like that game really defined the 2010s. People say, oh, it gets glazed too much, but it's because it really did. The 2010s was just a life of its own, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe you may say, oh, it's right now is better than, you know, the 2010s, or the 2000s is better than the 2010s, and I'd agree with you, you know. Like, the 2010s was just a great time to be in, you know. Like, the cartoons as well, like Regular Show, Adventure Time, dude, they were all so fire to watch. Like SpongeBob, everything else, it was just so amazing, you know. You know what else is amazing? The Amazing World of Gumball. I remember also watching that, dude. Like, I watched more Regular Show and Adventure Time. Those are like the two I mostly watched. But honestly, the one I really watched the most was Regular Show, dude. I still watch Regular Show every now and then. I finish like a couple episodes. And what's the takeaway of all this? You know, like, you know, was the 2010s better than the 2000s? Was the 2010s better than the 2020s? Honestly, bro, it's not, you know. One is not better than the other. It just depends on how you lived your childhood, you know. Maybe you could have been born in like the 1990s or the 2000s, but you had a terrible childhood, you know. You didn't have parents, you didn't have your parents there, you didn't play any games, you're just having a bad childhood. And I think that could really contribute, you know, you saying, oh, 2020s or 2010s is peak. Because in reality, it just depends on how you lived your childhood. I'm not gonna lie with you guys, I had a pretty good childhood. You know, it was a blessing that I had a pretty good childhood, and I'll forever be grateful for that. But other people didn't have a good childhood. You know, maybe they had a bad childhood, and it's pretty sad, you know. You know, what's the takeaway of all this? You know, just make sure that you guys are, you know, you guys are living in the present moment, and you take everything to the fullest. You know, not everything we do is gonna be here forever, you know. At the end of the day, you know, play games, be watching YouTube, or, you know, doing all that, you know. It's not a waste of time, bro. It's just you really living in the moment, you know. And those are moments we're never gonna have back. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit down and say, oh, I regret not watching YouTube for like 2 or 3 hours, like when I was a kid, right? I don't regret that, dude. Those are moments that like I'm never gonna get back, you know. And they were really special. I had lots of fun watching those YouTube videos, and I don't regret any of them. I remember during the weekdays of like early 2015, I remember that I would go with my cousin and I would play Pokemon Y with him, because during that time we would both play Pokemon Y and Omega Ruby on the 3DS, and we would play hours. I mean hours. Like, we were like this together all the time, because I swear, like, we were just together all the time, and we were always having so much fun, and we were always like trading Pokemon and battling each other out, you know, on the 3DS. It was so fun, dude. I'm not gonna lie. And then we would just play tag or whatever during that time. It was just like genuinely one of the best times right there when I would spend with my cousin. I remember that in long car rides, you know, when we would have like a vacation or whatever, I would be playing on my DS Lite New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, and it was such a vibe, dude. Like, that was my 99% go game. Like, I always took that 99% of the time. Now, if not, I was also playing Super Mario Bros. No, Super Mario 64 for the DS. I used to play that all the time, and that was before I got my 3DS back in 2014. So before 2014, I only played on my DS Lite, even though the 3DS was technically still out during that time because it released in 2011. But I got my 3DS XL back in, you know, 2014 on my birthday, and that's when I started playing, you know, that's when I first started playing Super Mario Bros. And then Super Mario 3D Land. It was so much fun. I actually have that exact 3DS right here. Let me just wait up. As you guys can see, it is my old 3DS XL. Honestly, this brings me back so many memories, and I was just like playing, you know, Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS all the time. It kind of looks still pretty clean. It still looks pretty clean, actually. It's just like the screen stopped working one day, and I just you know, never played it again. It doesn't have any battery. This is my original one, the one I got for, you know, my birthday on 2014. This is the one I got, you know, this one right here. This is my OG DS Lite, bro. This guy right here, this bad boy right here, bro. This guy right here, I remember, dude, I would just like take him everywhere. This guy right here saved me so many hours, guys. It's insane. As you guys can see, it still has battery. The usual, you know, these things last forever. There's no game in there right now, but yeah, these two were like basically my childhood. But those two were my childhood, my way of escaping reality during that time. But that's basically like a little rundown of 2013, 2014. I remember a lot of it, you know. Obviously, it's gonna be impossible for me to remember everything. I remember some few things that I did here and there. That's mostly what I remember. Comment down below saying that you want to see more type of videos like these. You know, you want to see more of these videos or whatever it is, right? And then also make sure you guys give it a like. Maybe you didn't like the video, maybe you liked it, you know. What do you guys think I should improve on? And yeah, guys, you guys are the viewer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, like, and subscribe. Peace. I'll see you guys all next time. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.